Rome didn't fall in one day. It tripped, stumbled, and then sprinted into chaos wearing ceremonial sandals. Julius Caesar is dead, stabbed in the Senate, and now everyone claims they're saving the Republic. Translation: 4 powerful men, dozens of legions, and zero interest in losing. Welcome to 42 BCE, where politics has become a full-contact sport and compromise is spelled with a sword. On one side, Brutus and Cassius, the assassins who insist they killed a tyrant to save liberty. On the other, Antony and Octavian, Caesar's Avengers, wrapped in righteous fury and military paperwork. Lepidus rounds out the triumvirate, because every dangerous alliance needs a third man with troops. This isn't just a grudge match, it's a referendum on whether the Roman Republic still has a pulse. Before armies meet in Macedonia, Rome gets a preview of the future: prescriptions, confiscations, and fear sold in bulk. The Avengers need cash, land, and loyalty. The Liberators need legitimacy, grain routes, and time. Everyone claims virtue. Everyone is also recruiting like mad. If you're a Roman citizen in this moment, your retirement plan is basically hope my general wins. Both coalitions race east. Brutus and Cassius secure the eastern provinces and build a strong war chest. Antony and Octavian cross into Greece to force a decision. By late September, the armies close in near Philippi on the great east-west road, the Via Egnatia. Whoever controls this corridor controls movement, supply, and momentum. In civil war, logistics is just strategy wearing mud. The terrain is viciously specific: marsh on one side, high ground on the other, little room to maneuver. It's a gate between regions, perfect for defenders, miserable for attackers. Brutus and Cassius entrench in a strong position. Antony and Octavian can't sit forever. Their supply picture is worse. So from day one, the battlefield asks one question: who blinks first? Standoff. Fortifications rise. Patrols skirmish. Insults are exchanged with professional Roman enthusiasm. Antony probes for a flank, especially through the wetlands. Cassius watches and counters. Nobody wants a reckless frontal disaster, but nobody can afford inaction either. The longer this drags, the more morale frays, rumors multiply, and officers start calling bold plans what history later calls terrible ideas. Then comes the omen. Plutarch says Brutus sees a terrifying apparition, his evil spirit, which tells him, "You'll see me at Philippi." Brutus answers coolly, "I shall see thee." If nothing else, that is elite Roman understatement. Whether ghost story or stress hallucination, it captures the mood perfectly. Men trying to command history while history sharpens a knife behind them. 3 October, first battle. Chaos in stereo. Brutus strikes hard against Octavian's sector and overruns his camp. At nearly the same time, Antony smashes into Cassius's lines and breaks through. 2 separate fights, 2 opposite outcomes, 1 battlefield full of smoke and terrible communication. It's less clean tactical masterpiece, more simultaneous emergencies with swords. In Brutus's zone, the Liberators look like winners. They seize ground, loot a camp, and briefly taste momentum. If the story ended here, schoolbooks might call this the day the Republic rallied. But this is Philippi. Local success and strategic disaster are roommates. Brutus can't instantly read what happened farther south, and in ancient battle, bad information kills faster than arrows. Cassius gets the opposite picture. His side buckles under Antony's pressure. Convinced the whole army is finished, he commits suicide before learning Brutus has actually won on the other wing. It's one of history's cruelest timing failures, an entire command structure broken by confusion at exactly the wrong minute. The first battle ends inconclusive on paper and catastrophic in leadership terms. Brutus now carries both commands, plus the psychological crater Cassius leaves behind. He still has a viable army, strong positions, and supply access, but confidence is cracked. Antony, meanwhile, smells weakness and starts engineering the next move. Civil wars are often won less by one glorious charge and more by who can keep an army coherent after a terrible day. Right now, that edge is shifting. There's also a brutal side note. Around the same period, major trouble at sea hits forces bringing reinforcements and supplies. So while generals posture on land, the sea is quietly deciding who gets fed, reinforced, and paid. Rome keeps learning the same lesson with stubborn consistency. Amateur generals talk glory, veterans talk grain, ships, and roads. Then Antony makes the key operational play, push through the marshes with fortified works and a causeway to outflank Brutus. It's dirty, slow, exhausting labor, but brilliantly practical. Cassius had earlier helped counter this kind of move. Now Brutus must respond without him. The battlefield narrows, options shrink, and pressure climbs like floodwater. Inside Brutus's camp, debate turns to strain. Some want delay. Others fear desertion and slipping morale if they wait. Command decisions become political decisions in armor. Brutus, philosopher general, now has to choose between strategic patience and psychological control of an army that knows the enemy is inching around its flank. He chooses battle, because sometimes waiting is riskier than fighting tired. 23 October, second battle. Close, brutal, and unforgiving. Cavalry has little room. Infantry does the killing at arm's length. No elegant maneuvers, just grinding pressure and collapsing lines. Gradually, Brutus's formation gives way. Units peel back, then break. Once cohesion snaps, Roman defeat becomes mechanical. Retreat, encirclement threats, and commanders trying to salvage fragments before panic finishes what the enemy started. Brutus escapes with part of his force to higher ground, but the strategic math is done. Broken army, shrinking options, no credible path to recovery. Like Cassius before him, Brutus chooses suicide over capture. That decision echoes for centuries. Noble resistance to tyranny for some, fatal idealism for others, and for everyone else, proof that the Republic's old elite has run out of road. After Philippi, the triumvirates repartition power. Antony in the east, Octavian in the west and Italy, Lepidus in Africa. It looks like stability. It is actually an armed pause. Veterans still need land, rivals still need prestige, and every alliance is one campaign away from betrayal. Philippi ends one civil war and quietly seeds the next. Historically, Philippi is a hinge. The leading Republican opposition is gone, and the Republic's institutional shell survives, mostly as theater. The road now runs towards the final Antony-Octavian standoff and eventually one-man rule under Augustus. In short, at Philippi, Rome doesn't officially become an empire, but the Republic stops being able to defend itself against men with armies. So what was the Battle of Philippi? Not just revenge for Caesar, not just Brutus versus Antony. It was the moment Roman constitutional politics lost the argument to military reality. 2 battles, 2 weeks apart, and an entire political order bled out between marsh and hill. If the Republic died in stages, Philippi was the stage where the audience finally understood the ending.